We were speaking yesterday about the prohibition of Chadash, of the new flour, the new wheat, 5 grains, and a person is asur from the Torah to consume the new wheat till the second day of Pesach arrives. And the wheat that is permitted is called old wheat, Yashan. New wheat is Hadash. New, no good. Old, very good. So, we said that it's new for a lot of people, and the question is, how come we didn't hear about this before? And how come we know some people, they're not meticulous to care, to eat Hadash or Yashan? How can they be lenient? So first I want to say the Chinuch, the Sefer Chinuch writes that why we have to be meticulous with the wheat, why did Hashem make such a mitzvah that you're not allowed to eat the new wheat till the Pesach comes, is because on the second day of Pesach you give the Korban Omer, the Omer offering. And this is from the barley wheat. And until you give this offering, you cannot have the new wheat. Why? Because wheat and bread, you eat pizza, you get full from the cheese or from the bread? From the bread. You eat bagel and cream cheese, you get full from the cream cheese or from the bread? The bread. So the bread is what makes a person full. It's what makes a person to be able to go and work, be able to go and have his whole day. It gives us the main koach, the main strength of our day. So therefore we have to be grateful to Hashem that He gave us the wheat. And how are you grateful? You have to give a sacrifice. So until we give the sacrifice, the Korban Omer, we cannot benefit without saying thank you to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's not enough we say brachot, it's not enough we say Birkat Hamazon. By the wheat, you need something extra, and that is the Korban Omer. Now, how can some people be lenient? There are Rishonim, the Ravaya, the Or Zarua, the Rabbeinu Avigdor, the Bach, all these opinions in the Poskim, they say that you can be lenient outside of Israel in regards to Hadash and new wheat. Why? Because maybe this mitzvah only applies in Israel. And they also say, the Bach says, maybe it only applies to Jews, but if a goy owns wheat and you buy the wheat from a goy, maybe there's no Hadash problem. Even though we don't follow these opinions, there are such opinions. Why did they give such a leniency even though most of the rabbis don't? It's because these rabbis are from Europe. These rabbis are Ashkenazi rabbis. And in Europe, it's very, very cold. And it's very hard to plant during the winter season. So most of the time, when do they plant? After Pesach. And after Pesach, everything's new wheat, Hadash. Therefore, they had no choice, either to buy from the Goyim or to plant our own, and it's going to be probably Hadash. So they have to find ways to make a leniency. Also, there's some rabbis in the Aharonim who want to say there's Sfek Sfekah. There's a double doubt. Sfek Sfekah, one type of Sfek Sfekah they want to make is Sfek Sfekah that maybe this wheat is from last year and it's Yashan. And even if you want to say it's from this year, maybe it got planted and it was planted before Pesach this year. So therefore it's also Yashan. So they have a double doubt like that. Or you have a double doubt of maybe this food, this wheat is Yashan. It's from last year. Even if you want to say it's from this year, maybe it was, since it doesn't apply by Goyim and you bought it from a Goy, so therefore it doesn't apply by Goyim. Maybe you could say like the opinion doesn't apply by Goyim. Double doubt. However, these double doubts, they won't work. Why? Because the halakha, the Bet Yosef, Ibn Ezer, Siman, Memhei, brings that any situation where the majority, the doubts in regarding one matter goes up and down, right? The percentages, how much Yashan there is in the market, how much Hadash there is in the market, fluctuates, goes up and down. So you can't rely on a Sfek Sfekah, you can't rely on majority in such a situation. Furthermore, today, it's not like we're in Europe where we don't have access to new wheat. It's to old wheat. It's very easy to find out. The Bet Yosef brings in Siman Memhei, in Peit Alan in your idea, that when you have a Sfek Sfekah, but you could easily find out what's the truth, you should find out the truth. You shouldn't be relying on Sfek Sfekah. So for today, it's very easy to find out. You go on Yashan.com, you get Yashan.com, the app, you get the barcode scanner. It's very easy to find out what's the reality of the thing in front of you. Why should we rely on a Sfek Sfekah? Why should it's a Isur Torah? We should rely on a prohibition from the Torah on a Sfek Sfekah. So therefore, again, all these situations are why maybe there's room to be lenient. Maybe that's why you see people lenient. But the right thing is not to be lenient. It's to be on top of this, to take care. And if you like certain foods and they're not going to be Yashan later, it's better to buy them now and stock up now and to have it for the whole winter. B'ezrat Hashem, we'll be able to eat all the foods we like to eat. Now, I saw a beautiful idea. There was a Jew who lived in a certain city, and there was a holiday. There was Yom Kippur in Bet Knesset, and after the prayers, all the rich people in the community used to sit together on the side. They used to collect money Yom Kippur for whatever the community needed. They would make fundraisers. So all the rich people would go on one side of the room and talk about what money they need to raise, and they would all donate together. On the other side of the room were the poor people. They didn't have money to give, so they said, Chetai Teilim, they would all read Teilim on Yom Kippur. So this very rich man, he was very, very cheap. So therefore, what did he do? Which group did he go to? He went to the group of the poor people. He sat as if he was a poor person reading Tehillim. So the rabbi called him over and he said to him, listen, Shlush Minyan, I want to tell you a story. He says, if there was a guy in the army, he was in the cavalry, riding the horses. He didn't like his commander, he ran away. And where did he go? He went to the Navy and he started driving the boats. And he killed and he won and he accomplished so much. And he came to the general. He says, give me a badge. He says, as a badge. Your job was over there with the horses. Why did you run away all the way to the Navy? That's not your job. You're going to go in jail. So he says to him, this is a problem, this is the right thing. He told him the right thing or not? He says, yeah. Why are you doing running away from your job? Go do your job. He says, you're the same thing. He says, what? What did I do? He says, your job, Hashem gave you a lot of money. So you're supposed to be over there in that group, giving donation. What are you running away over there to the poor people, read Shettai Tehillim? What are you doing over there? That's not your job. You want a badge? It's not going to be a badge. So therefore, everybody has to ask himself, what's hard for you? That's what you have to work on. Oh, but Rabbi, I do what he does. It's very easy for me. I do like him. At least I'm not like sinning like him. At least I keep Shabbat. Look at those people. They don't keep Shabbat. Yeah, you're right. But that's easy for you. What your job is, what's hard for you, and don't run away from your job. So we should also do our tikkun. Baruch